1 day. 1 day! That's how long it took my new oxidization room to get discovered. 1 day. Not even 1 day. Really, it was only a couple of hours. A couple of hours for this room to get found and emptied. And the worst part is, the guy who found it kinda stumbled on it by accident. He didn't even find the actual secret entrance. Luckily, though, we came to an agreement. I paid him money and I purchased his silence, so he is not going to reveal this location to anyone else, which means this room is still a viable place to oxidize our copper. But it does have me thinking. A couple things, actually. Number one, it really seems like stealing from Dan has become quite the pastime for the server, which is fine. I mean, I know it's all in good fun. We're all having fun here. But it makes me think I should really diversify. Otherwise, someone's going to get in here and I'm going to be completely broke. So here's what I'm thinking. This will still be our oxidization room, but it won't be our main stash. Instead, I'm going to take my copper, split it into mini stashes, and spread those out across our world. And since robbing Dan is such a pastime for everybody, I'm even going to leave clues for people where they can find the stash. So this should be a challenge, and it should be fun. Let's go! Literally hours after I just said someone found my stash, but I paid them for their silence, I come and find my stash is gone, and this is left behind. Thanks for keeping my copper warm. Yep, that happened. And I actually know that this was Izza's doing. So, a whole bunch of my copper's gone. The good news is, not all of my copper's gone. I had already started to distribute my stashes, but it is clear to me that this safe room for oxidizing my copper is no longer safe. I admit I'm kind of bummed about this. I was really hoping I would be able to salvage this room and continue to use it, but even if I could buy off Izza's silence too, it just doesn't feel right anymore. Feels like I need to find a different spot and repurpose this room for something else, but I can now show everyone my design, which I thought was going to fool everyone, but did not. So you may have noticed this blocked doorway looking thing and this pressure plate. That's because I had a secret entrance, and this room right here was actually connected to this axolotl habitat that I built, which, for the record, is technically connected to the cave network under the cathedral, but it is not really connected to the cave network under the cathedral. Meaning, the scavenger hunt with the lanterns that I sent everyone on, it was actually kind of a wild goose chase. That was never actually going to land you in my secret stash. But what I did was, I created a secret entrance into the axolotl habitat. So you come in and there's a bunch of axolotls, and if you're not paying attention, you might not notice that in the back, there's a pressure plate with a moving wall into the oxidizing room. And now we're gonna have to use this for something else, but this was actually my first real bit, first real bit of redstoning that I've really ever done, and I'm kind of proud of how it turned out. So, you know, it was a good build, but it's not gonna be my secret stash anymore. It's been compromised. I don't feel right using it like that anymore. And if you were wondering, this is the actual secret entrance into the stash/axolotl farm. This is in the ravine behind my house. And what I did was, this water spout was naturally occurring, but this one I added myself. And if you didn't know that, you wouldn't know to look there. So what I did was, I burrowed down here a little bit and I actually capped it with a block of calcitite? Is that what it's called? Calcite. Because it's super easy to break. But if you come through and break it, here's the tunnel, and it would lead you to the axolotl habitat. So my hope was, even if someone figured out that trick, then they would think, oh wait, this isn't the stash, this is Dan's axolotl habitat, which it is. But the stash is hidden back there. Turns out no one discovered this secret entrance. They discovered my stash through the walls from mining from other areas. So that's kind of disappointing. But it does mean at some point, maybe I should like renovate this and make it a proper entrance into my axolotl habitat, because, you know, that would be fun. But for now, what I need to do is start divvying up what's left of my stash and hiding it in places that will be much harder to find. And I am going to leave clues for people because apparently finding Dan's stash is the new favorite pastime on the server. So we'll see what kind of clues we can leave for people. All right, friends, first stash, first clue. Let me explain. So let's say you're out adventuring, you're wandering the wilderness, you're looking for Dan's stash because, you know, that's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays, and you just can't find it. But wait, you just walked past it. Did you catch that? Look at this. I can't claim credit for this idea because I learned it from someone else, but green concrete powder blends in remarkably well with grass to where if you weren't paying attention, you might not notice that that is there. But look what happens when I pull up the map of this area. You see that? It is a very clear X. And of course, in hiding treasure, X marks the spot. So all you have to do is dig in the center and boom, there you go. So I'll leave some copper in this location and see if anyone finds it. Your clue for this stash is that it is within eye shot of one of the markers that led everyone from the spawn to the village. So it is somewhere in that general area. X marks the spot. Okay, second stash, second clue. Now I'm not going to show you exactly where this stash is because that would give too much away because I've made another secret entrance. But I have hidden a stash somewhere in this general area. We're actually not that far from where my very first stash was, inside the mushroom. And your clue is that somewhere around where I'm standing now, there is a secret entrance to the stash, and it is on the ground level. So good luck, and I think you're going to be impressed by my secret entrance. Remember, it is on ground level. Third stash, third clue. I have built a dark tunnel, and I mean a dark tunnel. I asked myself, what better place to put a stash than in a deep, dark hole? And I'm happy how this turned out. Look at this. Even with brightness turned all the way up, you can barely see that there is a chest here at the end of this tunnel. Don't worry, I lined the whole thing with black carpet, so no mobs are going to be spawning, but at the end of the deep, dark tunnel is a very special chest waiting for you. I dug this hole right into the side of a cliff. I'm not going to show you the hole outside. It might give away too much. It's not that far from base. It's actually near a certain guy's house. And the important thing is look at the shape of the hole. It's very specific. I think that's the best clue for how you're going to be able to find this place. And it is this shape all the way down to the special chest. See? Look at that. So, there's 3 new stashes for you guys to amuse yourselves looking for. Good luck! And it just dawned on me that I spent a lot of time on those 3 stashes, but I can't show any of that on camera. So, a couple other things. I did go ahead and make a proper entrance to our axolotl habitat. And there it is. If you recall, I used this water stream to hide my secret entrance. So now I've kind of turned it into like a waterfall door kind of thing. At the moment, I do have to be careful because I have had some mobs drop down on me while I was building, so that's not good. But here it is, the official entrance to my axolotl habitat. It is now open, so anyone who wants to come down into the ravine can come and see what I've done. Check this out. I took the amethyst look and decided to do almost like we cut away the walls and exposed this amethyst all the way down. I think that looks pretty sweet. And then it comes down here into our amethyst room for the axolotls. So pretty pleased about how this is looking. I also know what I want to do with these guys and with this room, and specifically with this room, which I'm probably gonna just get rid of the redstone there, but I think I know what I want to do in here, and it does connect to these guys, and it connects to what I want to do in my next episode. Oh, all the ideas I have. So many ideas, so little time. I also really need to make a safe and secure way to get down here, because at the moment it's just a janky, like, wall staircase to get down to the bottom of the ravine. And last but not least, I have finally laid down the plots for our community builds. Here's what we've got. Both of these plots are 20 by 20. This orange plot is the swap build, which if you forgot means you can't build inside of here without the I pick you pick. And with the pick, you're allowed to build like a small thing, and then you pass the pick on to someone else. This blue plot is the teamwork build, where you are not allowed to enter and build anything unless you are working with at least one other person. So 2 people have to be in here for any work to get done. So with those plots down, there's only one more thing I have to do for our community builds, and that is create the I pick you pick and pick somebody. So we've got a gold pickaxe, we've got an enchanted book, which just makes it look extra special. Actually, the enchantment is Loyalty 3, which I don't think even does anything with the pickaxe, but that's okay, and we're gonna name it I pick you. There we go. The I pick you pick has been crafted, and now we need to decide who to give this to. I've decided I'm going to give the pick to Will first, because he's actually the one who reminded me that we were going to do the community builds and asked about it. So let's leave it in a chest. Okay. Boop. And just to make sure he gets the memo, here, let's have fun with it. Let's say chest. We're gonna do like road signs. You're in something you, left I will. Okay, so now if you're walking, this should make sense. Will, I left you something in your chest. There we go. That was overkill. 100% overkill, but you know, it was fun. Okay, well everyone, that's gonna be it for this episode. We got a lot done. I will be sure to let you know how it goes with my new stashes. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode. You guys have a fantastic day. See you later.